The way that we tackle climate change is not by taking the burden on our shoulders as individuals, it's by joining hands.
We can make a very different world. We can start doing it right now.
Institutional bodies and governing bodies of the world that are so preoccupied with what we're going to do on climate change, I don't think we can do that without Indigenous people.
Indigenous peoples can lead on the biggest environmental challenges of our time.
I'm not surprised that the government could come to a place where they have Indigenous protected conservation areas. It's a natural. We are good at it. We know the land.
We have such beauty and assets as a nation, things that other countries across the world, unfortunately, don't all benefit from. We have, therefore, a responsibility, a global responsibility to lead and to protect those areas.
Dealing with climate, we don't have the time. We can't do everything in an election period. We're talking now at least a dozen years to make major changes.
I think we need to be thinking very carefully about what we owe to the workers, not just to retrain them, but to make sure that they have, comparable wages, comparable benefits.
The real holes remain around helping people imagine what that transition is going to look like.
When you link the fight on climate with tackling inequality, the support for mobilization on climate doesn't go down, it goes through the roof.
Alberta is, of all Canadian provinces, the best suited for solar energy. It's also extremely good for wind power and wind energy.
Climate action is about making our lives better. It's not just about reducing emissions, it's about having cleaner air, warmer, more energy efficient homes that are cheaper to heat, ways to get around our community that don't rely on an expensive vehicle that we have to pump expensive gas into. These are all ways that our everyday lives can improve through climate action.
It is just the most wonderful thing when we're out on the land. That's when we are at our best. I watched it with youth. I watched them transform.